को बहुत बिलखुसूस हिज़्ब क़यादत बहुत दिली सदमा हुआ। लेकिन दोस्तों बुजुर्गों, ये शहादतों का सिलसिला पहले दिन से चला आ रहा है। सिर्फ 1 जनवरी 2020 से आज तक 80 मुजाहिदीन इकराम जाम शहादत नोश कर चुके और सब के सब आला तालीम याफ्ता थे। हिज़्ब के अलावा बाकी बरात तंजीमों से भी वाबस्ता थे। मुजाहिदीन ने भी हालिया हंदवारा राजवार की कार्रवाई में दुश्मन का कमर तोड़ दिया है। लेकिन ग्राउंड रियलिटी यह है कि इस वक्त दुश्मन का पलड़ा भारी है।
Story tonight, Republic Media Network brings you this video that we've accessed from POK, where Hizbul Mujahideen chief and most wanted global terrorist Syed Salahuddin held a prayer meeting for Hizbul commander Riaz Naiku, who was hunted down and eliminated by our forces in Kashmir. In the condolence meeting, Salahuddin is heard telling Pakistan-backed terrorists that Hizbul has faced a huge setback in Kashmir. He has gone on to admit that since the beginning of 2020, 80 Hizbul terrorists have been killed by the Indian Army and that the Indian Army now has an upper hand in Kashmir. Now, this video is a slap in the face of all pro-Pakistan terror sympathizers who try to push the homegrown terror narrative and also goes on to conclusively prove Pakistan's implicit role in pushing terror in Kashmir. Major General, the first big takeaway from this meeting is, of course, the fact that the likes of Syed Salahuddin and others who have been pampered by Pakistan sitting in POK are actually the terror factories in Kashmir. There is no such homegrown terror.
Look, simple fact is Pakistan has been trying to give it the look, the kind of image of homegrown terror by trying to encourage the Hizbul Mujahideen. The fact is the Hizbul Mujahideen Supremo sits in Muzaffarabad. He is patronized heavily by the ISI, and as a policy, the ISI has been trying to focus bulk resources to Hizbul Mujahideen. And there was a time when, Burhan Wani, the Supremo locally in Kashmir Valley, had become so overconfident that he was heard talking on the satellite phone to Hafiz Saeed and saying, "Do you need help? If your people here need help, just tell them to contact me, I will help them." He was going so overconfident. Now they have been hit hard. They are finding it difficult. Nobody wants to be a district commander or divisional commander there because they know they will come in the crosshair of the security forces and they will not last a few weeks, if not just a few days. This is the last of the ones who survived for all this fight because he had managed to cultivate a big OGW network and he used to be tipped off on the raids that were launched against him. Now he is dead as a dodo, and you could see the fear on Syed Salahuddin's face. He was saying 80 of his people have been killed since January. He was saying our policy to sort of quote him is wrong, and he seemed to be very worried about the way this so-called stupid terror campaign is heading.
Well, there are a couple of points that I'd like to mention. Number one, you see how much damage you can cause to the Indian state, Indian security forces, especially the Indian Army, is basis how much money you get from Pakistan. Now, Syed Salahuddin is worried because of the rank and file which has been decimated. More than 82 terrorists have been killed by the Indian Army. Now, he's worried that the funds, because he lives in Pakistan, he lives in Muzaffarabad, and he is afraid that these funds will stop flowing. That is one very, very important point. Secondly, there are limited amount of funds that Pakistan has, so all these terror organizations are jostling for those funds, right? And whoever is able to show that, I'm causing maximum damage to India gets the maximum amount of money. Now, obviously, Hizbul Mujahideen has not been able to do that, which is why Syed Salahuddin is so worried. It's also his slide into insignificance, and that is what is worrying Syed Salahuddin.
Syed Salahuddin admits that 80 of his soldiers have been killed. They know that this is a new India, a changed India. The previous Congress government, in fact, had the army and the CRPF's hands tied when it came to carrying out anything in Kashmir. Pakistan used to send terrorists, and these terrorists used to settle in the valley. Infiltrating Kashmir and having direct influence over the Islamic society in Srinagar, jihad was waged against the peaceful and accommodating society of Kashmiri Pandits, and they were driven out. Now, after 370 has ended, and Jammu and Kashmir has been integrated into India, and since the end of Congress in 2014 and the beginning of the Modi government, this has given the green light to the CRPF and the army to crack down on terror and cross-border mischief from Pakistan. This is a huge blow to Hizbul Mujahideen and other terrorist groups that are deployed to Kashmir. The killing of Riaz Naiku has sent tremors into the minds of these terrorists. But what do they care? Let's remember that there is Allah's Islam and Mullah's Islam. There's a video by Imam Tawhidi and Tariq Fatah. I highly recommend that you give the video a good watch. In the video that just released today, Tariq Fatah explains on why he is a Muslim. He said that it is the responsibility of all Muslims to educate themselves on the bitter truth, on the wrong path that the so-called leaders of Islam took, starting immediately after the death of the Prophet. It's very interesting. Unfortunately, the Islam that is taught is that this is a transit lounge to Jannat or paradise, where 72 versions will be waiting. Why would these uneducated terrorists want any money? Their compensation is in heaven. Brilliant. 72 versions versus a bit of money that cannot last forever anyway. So these people are ready to die. They're not afraid that they will not be victorious in their mission to defeat the Indian army and reclaim Kashmir. They stand no chance against the armed forces of India, but they will anyway do as much destruction for Allah and die anyway. These men are born to die, a violent death for Allah, and it is honorable for them. The Pakistani establishment uses Islam as a means to influence, control, and launch operations in their enemy country without being Islamic themselves and not wanting Jannat themselves. They don't even send their own troops, but trashy tribal terrorists through radicalization. So, India must not dance on the high horse just yet. Pakistan will be deploying as many terrorists into India as they possibly can afford. But at least now they know that they will be wasting their money and time. And India will not just continue to send all terrorists to their grave, but will be mobilizing against Pakistan in terms of foreign influence, diplomacy, and also militarily. It is not in any Pakistani's advantage to provoke India, as it will only isolate Pakistan on the world stage with its poor record of human rights violations, state-ordered rapes against Bengalis, Pashtuns, Baloch, and minorities such as Christians, Hindus, and Sikhs. Pakistan has no chance to justify the proof of each terrorist, dead or alive, that India will expose in order to blacklist Pakistan by the FATF. For more videos, please subscribe to get the latest updates and hit like if you like this video. Jai Bharat.